Welcome to UK Learnings. After watch this video, please subscribe to give us your support. And don't forget to click bell icon to get more videos.
You should use your horn to let others know that you are going straight ahead, to let others know that they have annoyed you, to warn others of danger. As a greeting to other drivers or pedestrians whom you recognize, thanks is to warn others of danger. You should only use your horn to warn others of danger. You should sound it only if you think someone may not have seen you, or you want to warn other road users of your presence. For example, at blind bends or junctions. You come across an unmarked crossroads with other traffic approaching. Who has right of way? Whoever is driving the biggest vehicle, whoever is driving the fastest vehicle, the driver who is on the widest road. No one. The answer is no one. On an unmarked crossroads, no one has priority, so you must proceed only when you are sure it's safe to do so. You are driving down a steep hill and want to go slower. You should brake sharply on bends, change into a lower gear, change into a higher gear, put your vehicle into neutral. The answer is change into a lower gear. When driving down a steep hill, you should slow down by releasing the accelerator, gas, pedal and selecting a lower gear. This will allow your engine to help slow down your vehicle, an effect known as engine braking. The lower the gear, the more effective the engine braking, and the less work your brakes will have to do. There is an obstruction on your side of the road. You should stop and give way to oncoming traffic. They have right of way. Continue driving. You have right of way. Drive through slowly. Whoever is there first has right of way, but you do not want to drive dangerously. Accelerate. In this situation, the first through has right of way. The answer is stop and give way to oncoming traffic. They have right of way. You should give way to oncoming traffic. They have right of way because the obstruction is on your side. You should not reverse for a distance longer than the length of your car in a built-up area into a side street further than necessary. The answer is further than necessary. You should not reverse further than necessary because of the increased chance of a collision. You are driving behind a learner driver when you come to a red traffic light. When it changes to green, the learner driver stalls. What should you do? Overtake the learner. The person will be embarrassed and not want you to be there. Open your window and shout instructions to help. Sound your horn and flash your headlights. The sooner the learner driver learns what it's really like on the road, the better. Be patient and give the learner time to move off. The answer is be patient and give the learner time to move off. You should be patient and not pressure the learner driver. How can you use your engine to slow down more? Put your car into neutral. Put your car into reverse. Change into a lower gear. Change into a higher gear. The answer is change into a lower gear. To slow down by using the engine, release the accelerator, gas, pedal and change into a lower gear, even with an automatic gearbox. When the throttle is closed, a partial vacuum is created in the engine's intake and cylinders which generates a braking effect to slow down the vehicle. This is known as engine braking. The lower the gear, the greater the engine braking effect. You have been invited to lunch in a pub but you know that you will be driving in the evening. What should you do? Drink a pint of water before you have any alcoholic drinks. Have no alcoholic drinks. Have just a couple of alcoholic drinks. Have a hot meal with your alcoholic drinks. The answer is have no alcoholic drinks. You should have no alcoholic drinks because alcohol can stay in your system for a few hours. Alcohol may remain in the body for around 24-48 hours. Your body tissues actually need up to 48 hours to recover. The only safe limit, ever, is a zero limit. The more you drink, the longer it will take for the body to break it down. You are driving in the left-hand lane of a motorway. Traffic is approaching from the slip lane. You should keep at the same speed so that they will have to wait for you. Use your horn to let them know you are going first. Race them so that they will have to join the motorway behind you. Move into another lane if it is safe to do so. The answer is move into another lane if it is safe to do so. Although the traffic already on the motorway has priority, do not prevent other drivers from merging. Change lanes if possible and let them join the motorway safely. Once you're on a zebra crossing, you should allow pedestrians to cross but rev your engine so that they will hurry up. Stop and wave pedestrians across. Never stop unless there is immediate danger to pedestrians, cyclists, or other motorists. Always sound your horn if you see a pedestrian. The answer is never stop unless there is immediate danger to pedestrians, cyclists, or other motorists. You should never obstruct a zebra crossing because that could endanger pedestrians. Once you're already on a zebra crossing, you are not allowed to stop unless there is immediate danger to pedestrians, cyclists, or other drivers. You are driving and want to use your mobile phone, but you do not have a hands-free set. This is allowed if you are parked and away from traffic. You are confident that your driving will not be affected. You are driving on a motorway. You are driving on a quiet road. The answer is you are parked and away from traffic. It's legal to use a handheld mobile when driving. This includes using your phone to follow a map, read a text or check social media. This applies even if you're stopped at traffic lights or queuing in traffic. You really need to park, but the only place that you can see is within the zigzag lines near a pedestrian crossing. When are you allowed to park there? If you are only dropping off a passenger. Never, at any time other than rush hours, between dusk and dawn. The answer is never. You are driving down a hill when you notice that there is a car parked on the other side of the road, which is causing an obstruction. There are heavy lorries coming up the hill towards you. What should you do? Slow down and give way to the lorries. Pull over behind the parked car. Speed up so that you can get past as quickly as you can. Keep driving at your normal speed because you have right of way. The answer is slow down and give way to the lorries. Ordinarily, you would have right of way because the obstruction is not on your side of the road. In these circumstances, however, you should slow down and give way. If the heavy lorries have to stop for you, they will struggle to regain the momentum to get up the hill. You are involved in a collision in which someone suffers a burn. A burn should be cooled for at least 5 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 20 minutes. The answer is 20 minutes. A burn should be cooled for at least 20 minutes, although the longer, the better. Clean, cold water or other non-toxic liquid should be used. You are driving in fog. You should keep your speed down because the engine is likely damp, so it will need more time to warm up. Your brakes may not work properly in the dampness. It is more difficult to see what is going on. You may be dazzled by other drivers' fog lights if you drive more quickly. The answer is it is more difficult to see what is going on. You should keep your speed down when it is foggy because visibility will not be good. What can you expect to see on triangular road signs? Information, directions, warnings, instructions. The answer is warnings. Triangular road signs usually give warnings. You are carrying a heavy load on your roof rack. You should make sure that it is secured properly. You are able to see it through your wing mirrors. It is loaded so that most of the weight is towards the back of the vehicle. It is properly covered with plastic sheeting. The answer is it is secured properly. The load needs to be secured properly so that it will not pose a danger to anybody. You are driving in very heavy rain when suddenly your car starts to slide. This is called aquaplaning, slipstreaming, water skiing, floating. The answer is aquaplaning. How should you cross a level crossing with gates? Pass through both gates in one go. Cross and leave the gates open. Pass through the gates one at a time. None of the above. The answer is pass through both gates in one go. If you are driving through a level crossing with gates, open the gates on both sides of the crossing and check again that no train is coming before crossing promptly. In which of these situations should you use your hazard lights? If you have to drive slowly because the weather is bad, if you have parked in a spot that isn't allowed, when you have no choice but to cause an obstruction, if you are being towed, the answer is when you have no choice but to cause an obstruction. You should only use your hazard lights when you are causing an obstruction because you have no choice. You want to reverse but you are not sure that it is safe to do so. What should you do? Sound your horn to alert anyone in your way that you are about to reverse. Get out of your car and check. Wind the window down and shout out the window for everyone to move out of your way. Reverse very slowly. The answer is get out of your car and check. If you are not sure that it is safe to reverse, you should get out of your car and check that there are no pedestrians, cyclists, other road users, or obstructions in the road behind you. If you are reversing, who is least likely to be seen by you? Motorcyclists, pedestrians, children, cyclists. The answer is children. Children are in the most danger of not being seen when a vehicle is reversing because they are small. All your passengers must wear seat belts unless you are driving in a congested area. They are sitting in the back seat. They are exempted for medical reasons. An infant is sitting on a passenger's lap. The answer is they are exempted for medical reasons. The only time that a passenger does not have to wear a seat belt is if the person has been exempted for medical reasons. Otherwise, as the driver, you are responsible for making sure that the person wears one. You are the first car in a queue waiting to turn right into a side street. Before starting to move, you need to check your right mirror to make sure that there is no traffic in the side road, to look for pedestrians, to check if any vehicle is trying to overtake you, to look for traffic that may be emerging. The answer is to check if any vehicle is trying to overtake you. Before you turn right, you need to make sure that no other vehicle is trying to overtake you. Which of the following statements about driving around pedestrians is correct? Be particularly careful in home zones and quiet lanes. Always drive slowly and carefully in residential areas and crowded shopping streets. Keep your speed down when you drive in an area where there are children. All of the above statements are correct. The answer is all of the above statements are correct. Always drive carefully and slowly in residential areas and crowded shopping streets. Be particularly careful in home zones and quiet lanes where people could be using the whole road for a range of activities. Keep your speed down when driving in an area where there are pedestrians, especially children. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe this channel to get more videos. Share with your friends and family. And don't forget to click the bell icon.